what about you? And interesting week. I'm afraid that Permatan Paisley features again. I don't want this character. I don't want to talk about him anymore, and I have to. But the dick is a dick, and he continues to be a dick. This week's nonsense was the rock group Kiss. Were coming to London to finish off their tour, and the Kiss lead bassist, man called Gene Simmons, known possibly to have the largest tongue in the world, but it wasn't him who was doing the licking. No, it was Ian Jr. because they were trapped. They were circling Heathrow trying to land their private jet, and they couldn't land it because President Zelensky from Ukraine was visiting and all the airports were closed down. And they thought to themselves, who could we possibly call could be of aid? Permatan Paisley will do it for you. So they phoned him, he got the plane down. Better still, he was so enthralled by the man with the tongue that he invited him to the House of Commons for a private tour. Now, have a look at Ian. Just have a look at that child. Now, I'm telling you, he's not right. The child's not right. You know he's not right. That child has spent his school years sucking on a lead pencil. That's all I'm saying to you. Because Ian just loves showbiz. He will go anywhere for even what passes for showbiz in Northern Ireland. Van the man who never shut up during COVID and took to the stage in the Europa and came off with a really insulting ditty against Robin Swan, our then brilliant health minister, who got us all through. Who jumped on stage to meet with Van the Man? Paisley. Now, Paisley had to give a grovelling apology afterwards to Mr. Swan, which was only right. But I had the pleasure of meeting Robin Swan during the week at a health, a charity thing. And he has met my expectations of being one of, without doubt, the best politicians in Northern Ireland. If you had 10 Robin Swans, this place would be sorted in about 10 days. If we had one less Ian Paisley, it would take 11. But it would still get sorted. So who knows? I have no idea what Ian will be doing next week. He'll probably pop up again. But here's the thing I would say, seriously, to the electorate in Ballymena who are good people. I wonder what those who were sacked from Michelin, all those workers sacked from Michelin, now sitting at home, think of their MP's priorities up dancing around rock stars. Maybe spend a bit more time trying to save their jobs. They wouldn't be sitting at home. You always knew when it was getting towards the mad time of the year. And because that was the pavements always traditionally got painted red, white and blue. That was just a wee thing. And then all the flags and then all the other stuff. And it's still a wee tradition that goes on. But there seems to have been a communication breakdown in Tigers Bay. Because this is what I pictured there during the week, Tigers Bay. Only the blue curbstones were painted. How did this happen? It was a breakdown in communication. I can tell you that's what's happened. I can tell you exactly what it's happened. And I know the guy who done the blue paint stones is going to pull the other two.
Yeah. Cecil, I mean to say, Cecil, we had an agreement here, Cecil. Like I was talking to you now, Cecil, in the club last night. We agreed I would bring the blue paint. You and Winston would bring the red and the white paint. I'm out there like a dick, painting blue curbstones. Nobody knows what I'm doing. You be out tomorrow morning. I don't care where you're bad. I don't give a shit where you're bad, how much it is. You will get your bucket of white paint and he will get his bucket of red paint and we will do it properly. Because right now we're a laughing stock. You hear me? A laughing stock.
Speaking of laughing stocks, Frankie Mitchell. Oh, Frankie Mitchell of the radio. Used to be TV. Well, Frank Mitchell had a very unfortunate incident during the week. He took to Twitter and he put up his tweet. And it says, stayed in my mum's last night. Someone had parked across her driveway. Have to order a taxi for 50-mile trip to work and 50-mile back to collect my own car later. Hard to believe that people will do. Oh, by the way, the car does not belong to neighbours. You people down there must be very civilised. Because I will tell you this, sir. I will tell you this, sir. You can believe me when I say that. Yes, sir. Sir, let me tell you. Do you see if somebody done that in Dungiven, sir? In Dungiven, sir, there would be a forklift. There would be a forklift found within 2 minutes, sir. A non-car. Would they have to go and look for it in some field where it'd be burning? Park
Park across the driveway in Dungiven, sir. You will know who you're parking across, I will tell you. You wouldn't worry about getting to your work, Frank, I tell you.
So, seriously, don't park across people's driveways. Don't, especially not up here in North Belfast. You know what I mean? Bad enough in Dungiven. Do it up here. You're going to come back to a car on bricks with no wheels, no engine, no radio, and no windies. Just saying. Hi, Boris. Boris Johnson. Boris. He may as well be him. They're both the same person. They're exactly the same person. Boris. Boris, bit of trouble. Boris, bit of trouble. Bad week for Boris. Boris is gone. He's taken to his heels. Didn't get what he wanted over the investigation into him, which has come out to say that he is a fat lying bastard, which is something I think we all knew, that Boris was a fat lying bastard. He lied over the COVID parties in Westminster. Now, I did a wee video way back in the day, way back before any of this broke, and I had one prayer to Santa Claus, and it was this. Yeah, Boris is a prime minister like there has never been a prime minister. Boris lied to his wives. He lied to his boss at the Times newspaper. He lied about how many babies he's had. He lied to the DUP about the protocol. He lied to the country about Brexit. Yeah, Laura, he really is the master of mendacity. Yeah, Boris's lies are so big, even Donald Trump blushes. But he's hanging on. He's hanging on. Unless, of course, a picture comes out of Boris at a Christmas party last Christmas.
Oh, Santa, that is all I want for Christmas. Give me that and I will be a good boy for the whole of 2022. I promise you.
No, doesn't get any better. Basically, he will now be the first Prime Minister in history to be sanctioned in that way. And it will be out that he deliberately lied to Parliament. Do you understand? Deliberately stood there and lied to his friends and enemies, but lied. The thing you're never supposed to do. But they all do, but he did it to a different level. The other bit of trouble he had, of course, was Boris's peerages. They get to give out gravitas. No, when they're leaving. Like, you know, but see the UK. The UK is still a feudal state. There's nothing really changed. You still have the class system. You still have the knobs and the toffs handing out rewards to the minions and the cronies and their paymasters. That's just, it's corrupt to the core. And this proves it. Boris put forward who he wanted to get peerages, and the House of Lords Appointments Committee said, no. They said, no, no, 4 of them didn't get in. 4 of them, or half of them, whatever it was. Nadine Dorries didn't get one. Surprise, surprise. So Boris is very annoyed by this. He went to Rishi Sunak and said, translated that means, just forget about it, just sign it off. Be a good chap, forget all that nonsense, sign it off. Nice chap, I'll buy you a Bollinger. Yeah. And Rishi Sunak gave him an ounce of something. He told him no, he wasn't going to do it. Back in the old US of A, the nonsense continues. Yes, President Trump is now on trial and may very well be convicted of espionage. Espionage. He took most of the FBI Secret Service files that he wanted to his Key Largo golf range. He stored them everywhere. Stored them in the toilet. These are top secret files. In this toilet, they stored them in a dance hall. British intelligence, right? MI5, MI6 were feeding high rate intelligence to the FBI, and the FBI were giving to Trump, and Trump was putting it in his toilet. And other places where people could quite likely just walk in and have a wee read. But Trump says that's okay because as president, he decides what's top secret and what's not. So, we now have a scenario that a convicted felon could very, very well be running for presidency of the United States. And over here, a convicted liar could re-enter the race to be Prime Minister. We're no longer the worst place in the world regarding politics. We're still up there. We still have Permatan. So, good man, Ian. You're keeping us in the race.
That's all, folks.